I'm excited for this one. Our neighbours across the ditch are finally doing what Canberra has been too scared to barely whisper. According to the latest headlines out of New Zealand, Finance Minister Nicola Willis is taking a literal axe to the Wellington bureaucracy. They are planning to shrink their core public service by 14% by 2029. That's nearly 9,000 government workers packing up their lanyards with an annual saving, a projected 2.4 billion. Their goal? To bring the public sector back down to a historical norm of about 1% of the population. And importantly, they are exempting the people that are actually needed, with doctors, teachers and the military all exempt. And how are they plugging the gaps? Now, headlines are pushing that it's a massive AI shake-up and that the government is demanding a faster uptake of artificial intelligence to replace the administrative bloat. But that's only part of the story, because let's face it, AI projects and strategies are still far from delivering real and consistent returns with their erratic hallucinations. It is also due to the amazingly simple and sensible recognition that the government gravy train has become bloated with too many departments and rampant duplication, a fairly universal problem. Now, on paper, it's about time. Watching the government actually cap its own budget and force efficiency is a beautiful thing. But maybe we're not doing so well when over here in Australia, considering 41,000 new public servants have been added since 2022, and the government is only now starting to quietly initiate voluntary redundancies and hiring freezes to rein in ballooning costs. Check out my video on this statement from earlier this month. Meanwhile, the Kiwis are actually going about thinning the fat. You can argue how the Australian public sector compares to governments worldwide. Either we've got the most bloated system of 143 government workers, excluding private contractors, per 1,000 people, or we're middle of the pack based on OECD numbers which are far more easily manipulated. Either way, it needs to be funded, and asking 1,000 of the population, which includes children and the elderly, to pay the wages of 143 people, plus cover the costs of capital projects and infrastructure maintenance, simply feels excessive. If New Zealand can manage at 1% of the population, then that would be 10 workers per 1,000. That puts the current 143 into context. But here is a sensible question. Will this actually happen? I'm sceptical. We all know how this typically plays out in the halls of power. You fire 9,000 public servants out the front door, and next month they walk right back through the back door for some new initiatives as independent consultants, charging triple their old hourly rate just to teach the remaining staff how to log into ChatGPT. And let's touch on this AI revolution. Is an algorithm going to fix the potholes on the Silver City Highway? Is a chatbot going to be able to build regional water infrastructure in places like Broken Hill? AI is a tool, not a magic wand, and should never become the objective itself. If they just use it to generate government reports 50% faster, they haven't saved much. They've just automated some of their bureaucracy. A promise to cut jobs by 2029 while relying on AI to pick up the slack feels a bit like a politician's pipe dream wrapped up in a tech bro pitch. But have we at least reached a turning point? Are they actually going to pull this off, or is this just more virtue signalling? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, links below in the description, and thanks for watching.